Okay, the Chicago Bulls trying to get even before we head back to Los Angeles with the lead of 48-43 at halftime. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this, I guess, is what some of you have been waiting for, and I must say that I am tremendously disappointed. This is what I labored all season for, and apparently this gunk has been so trained in your head that even when you blow dry, all we get is this. I mean, what's the deal?
But we ought to really, I have something to say right at the end of this analysis, and then if we get into the analysis, then we'll see what it really looks blow dry.
You got a brush in your pocket or what?
I got one right here, Robert.
Well, America demands to see it right now.
Well, right at the end of the analysis, we're going to get a good comb job here.
Okay. But wait a minute, look at him here. Get a close-up of the man. He looks a little bit like Bobby Rydell in Bye Bye Birdie.
I mean, what happened with this whole thing is that my hair has been combed back for so long that it doesn't go over like yours and flips in this wispy, willowy look. You know, I mean, it's just the way it is.
Well, it's a major letdown. It's an anticlimax.
We worked for 40 minutes down there to try to get it to go over. Even Michelle couldn't get it to go over.
All right. Michael Jordan, in contrast to the first game where he came out sizzling, only 2 in the first quarter, winds up with 10 at the half.
Well, we talked about some minor adjustments. One of the minor adjustments that Phil Jackson made, and you can see, I think it will make a difference going down the stretch. Scottie Pippen at 6'7" is doing one heck of a job of pressuring and twisting and turning Magic. I do think it will take its toll with his size. The other thing we talked about was the balance. Michael Jordan had 40% of the Chicago Bull offense the other night. He only had 2 points up to about the 5-minute mark. He has 10 for the half. But we're going to show you some videotape as to why that happened. In the very first period, Michael Jordan really wasn't looking for a lot of offensive opportunities. Right here, he's been looking for Cartwright and Horace Grant. The Laker defense has been paying a lot of attention to Michael. Guys like Cartwright, if they move and get open, will get layups. Again, right here, Horace Grant on the baseline against Vlade Divac goes to the open spot. Michael Jordan, being very aware, very unselfish, trying to get his teammates into the offense, has created a lot of those opportunities. So more of those guys have 6 or more points, Bob.
Horace Grant was among a group of Bulls on Sunday with just 6 points. There's only 2. Pippen and Jordan were in double figures. Grant was really the guy that they had to be most concerned about getting involved. He averaged during the regular season about 13 shots a game and had only 8 in game 1. Here he is with 14 points at halftime.
If they do win, if the Bulls do win tonight, it will be the offensive play off of the ball, away from Jordan and Pippen, with Grant and Cartwright, especially Grant. He had a great first half. He did what he does best, gets to the offensive spot and takes the opportunity that he gets from Jordan or Pippen to the basket.
Okay, before we go to this commercial break, you want to give it one more try?
If it moves, it really doesn't move. It really doesn't. I'm doing the very best I can.
Oh, wait. Here we go. There we go. That's what we want to see.
Okay.
That's what we want to see. Right there. Right there.
Now we're doing it. That's about it. That's it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is certainly one of the proudest moments of my career. We've got to call a timeout. After this, an update from the French Open, and then we'll complete the starting 5 from North Carolina's 1982 NCAA championship team. And here's some stories about Jordan, Worthy, and Perkins from their college teammates, Jimmy Black and Matt Doherty. All right, Dick, thanks very much. A great deal has been written and said about the Carolina connection during this NBA Finals. Michael Jordan, James Worthy, and Sam Perkins all played for North Carolina's 1982 NCAA championship team. But what about the other 2 starters on that team? Point guard Jimmy Black and forward Matt Doherty. Well, neither player made it to the NBA, but both are still involved in basketball. Doherty is an assistant coach at Davidson College in North Carolina, and Black is an assistant at South Carolina. In 1982, they shared the ball and a championship season with Jordan, Perkins, and Worthy. And here they are. Jimmy Black, who was a senior on that team, Matt Doherty, who was a sophomore. They each had 4 points in the championship game win, a 63-62 victory over Georgetown, which Michael Jordan shot in the closing seconds, sealed the victory in. And Jimmy Black also had 7 assists. What are your recollections of that night, Jimmy?
Well, it was just an awesome feeling for us to end up the season with the national championship. It's something we worked hard for all year, and to end it that way was an absolute joy.
How much of a sense, Matt, did you have with Michael Jordan in his freshman year then that he would become as transcendent a player as he has become?
Well, I don't think anybody in their right mind could have imagined Michael where he is today with what he's done in the game of basketball. When it's all said and done, he's going to be one of the top players ever to put on a basketball uniform. So as a freshman, it's hard to project that.
What was Michael Jordan like as a collegiate player? Not so much on the court, but personally, what was he like?
Well, he wanted to win at everything. We played cards, he wanted to win. If we were just playing ping pong, he wanted to win, and he was just a competitor. And I think that carries over into his basketball.
Was he cocky?
He was very confident. Points, maybe he was cocky, but I remember one instance we were playing pool, and he thought he was real good at pool, and I beat him. And he got real flustered. He looked at the table. He said, well, it's not regulation, and threw the pool cue on the table and walked away. So if he lost, he had a reason to lose. So he's one of the most competitive people I've ever been around.
What was his relationship and the relationship of the other two, Perkins and Worthy, to the head coach, Dean Smith? These three guys would each go on to become an NBA All-Star, but Smith was already a legend.
Well, I think what happened is Coach Smith has a great program in North Carolina, and everybody that comes into the program just want to fit in and do their part. And I just wanted to say that not only were they great players, we had some other players on our team who did their part to make us a championship team.
Was there ever any feeling among superstar players like Perkins, Worthy, and Jordan that they would like to break out at least occasionally and get their 35 or 40 rather than staying within that system, even as successful as the system was?
I don't think so. One of the keys was Coach Smith was real good at having guys play unselfishly. He felt if we were unselfish, played as a team, we'd win. That year, James, I think, averaged 15, Sam averaged 14, Michael 13, Jimmy and I around 9 or 10, and we just wanted to win championships.
Who was the leader? Jordan was only a freshman. Who was the leader of that team? Might have been you.
You're looking at him right here, boss man, Freddie.
Well, I was lucky. I think in Coach Smith's system, the seniors take over. But I think we all had our hand in putting together a nice team and a nice season.
Any quick personal thought about being part of that team or about any of the three or playing here tonight?
Well, just seeing these guys and knowing that we had something, you know, we were a little part of them. It's great to see them, and they deserve all the success that they get.
Matt Doherty, Jimmy Black, thanks very much. We'll send it courtside to Marv Albert and Mike Fratello for the second half of Game 2 of these NBA Finals after these messages. And a word from your local station. Stay with us from Chicago.
5 over the Lakers. Let's go to Steve Jones.
All right, Marv, we're down here with head coach Mike Dunleavy, and a couple of things have to concern you: the aggressiveness of the Bulls and the types of shots that they're getting.
Well, letting them shoot 57% against us has really hurt us. A lot of that has been off of penetrating passes. Our rotations haven't been that good. We've got to sink back and fill to take away those easy baskets.
Well, you're close. You feel good about that?
Well, we're close enough, and we haven't shot the ball really well, so we're looking to step it up this half.
All right, let's go back to Mark.
All right, Steve, it is a 5-point lead for the Chicago Bulls, and the Bulls certainly did change their philosophy in the first half. On Sunday, Michael Jordan came out with a burst, 15 points in the first quarter. He was looking for his teammates right at the start this evening.
In game 1, Paxson, Grant, Cartwright, total of 18 points on 9 for 23 shooting. In this game, 30 points scored between those three guys, 15 for 19 shooting. Great distribution for the Bulls.
And Michael Jordan with 5 for 7 from the field. Also a total of 6 assists. We'll be back in a moment. Basketball crazy here in the Windy City. The Bulls have taken over the town. They went 61-21, winning the Central Division, best record in the history of the franchise. The Bulls only the 9th team in NBA history to win 60 games in a season. Celtics did it 11 times, the Lakers 8. In the playoffs, the Bulls swept the Knicks 3 in a row, beat the Sixers in 5, knocked off Detroit in a physical 4-game sweep. And they're down 1 game to nothing to the Los Angeles Lakers, looking to tie the series up when they head back to L.A. for Game 3 on Friday night. And off the steal, the Bulls to the offense. Jordan and Paxson in the backcourt. Cartwright with Grant and Pippen up front. Bulls lead 48-43. Cartwright getting good position, and Perkins rebounds.
The field goal percentages this game almost identical to game number 1. 44% first half for the Lakers, same as game 1. 57 for Chicago. Game 1, 59 at the half.
Here's Worthy. And he's called for traveling. And that a rare situation for the Lakers. They actually took a shot with 10 seconds remaining. on the 24.
Very unusual. In transition, they'll take advantage of it, take the open shot. In the half-court area, they milk it down, try to get the clock inside 6-5 before they shoot.
Grant. Once again, Horace Grant locating the excellent position. And Pippen able to spot him.
Perhaps because they were happy with the success as Magic backs up and goes for a three. Divac with the follow.
Another strong game for Vlade Divac. He has 14. Vlade in his second year out of Yugoslavia. Played for the Yugoslavia national team. And he will play for his home country in the '92 Olympic Games. The Bulls lead by 5. Paxson on the pull-up. Yes! John Paxson has hit 5 for 5 from the field. And the Bulls lead it 52-45. They've led by as many as 8. Magic Johnson sweeping in. Michael Jordan rebounds. Magic felt he was fouled. And Pippen, let's see. Yes, he is called for a travel. Jake O'Donnell not sure, and he hesitated and waited for the call from Jess Kersey, who had the better look.
As Magic made a move, Grant came over late, slid underneath. I think Magic had a good complaint on that one.
Magic is only 1 for 7 from the floor. And that is number 3 on Jordan.
Well, notice the matchup, Michael Jordan versus Vlade Divac, because of the fact that Magic Johnson 1 for 5 in the first half with Pippen guarding him much of the time. The Bulls come out this half again with Pippen on Magic. As a result, Jordan must guard someone else, Divac in this case.
And he's going up against the 7'1" Vlade Divac, who's boxing for position down low. Perkins. So Phil Jackson attempting to hide Jordan, who now has 3. But you know, Mike Dunleavy will look to set up Divac as close to the basket as possible.
Let's go back to what Rick Adelman said in that series. We'd like to see him throw the ball to Divac 25, 30 times. We're inviting it.
Now the Bulls looking for the goaltend. And Grant able to follow it. He has 18. The Bulls again by 7. Here's Worthy. James Worthy showing no ill effects from that sprained ankle. Now has 12. Delay of game called for the first time against the Lakers.
The shot on the way up, touched by Divac. No goaltend.
The delay of game call because the Lakers knocked the ball away to prevent the Bulls from moving up court. A second such call results in a technical foul. Cartwright getting position on Perkins. It's the Bulls 56 and the Lakers 49.
Cartwright backed Perkins down, used the bulk, the size, then shot a little fadeaway to get room.
Oh, Magic penetrating and able to convert off the gorgeous move. That is only his second field goal. Bulls lead it by 5 points. 8.5 to go in the third. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad, Steve Jones from Chicago Stadium. Michael Jordan, yes. He has 12. Bulls lead it by 7. Pippen tried to draw the foul. Perkins didn't expect the pass. Back come the Bulls. Magic. Jordan gave it up. Pippen. And he was clobbered by Scott. And it could be a flagrant. Let's see.
Mike Mathis calling a flagrant. They will shoot the free throw and then get the ball out on the side. On the break, Jordan gives it up, and now to stop the layup, Scott comes over to foul hard. It's the follow-through and the fact that Pippen is carried into the stanchion that makes Mike Mathis determine the flagrant call. I'm not quite sure that Byron Scott intended anything other than trying to stop the layup on that one.
And the definition of a flagrant foul is one that is judged to be an attempt to harm an opponent with malicious contact while not necessarily going for the ball. So the Bulls got the benefit of the doubt.
No way on that one could I call it a malicious foul on Scott's part.
That's certainly the point of view of the Lakers, who are still debating it with the officials. So they get the 2 free throws plus possession. And they now enjoy their biggest lead of the night, a 9-point margin. 8:05 remaining. In the third quarter, Jake O'Donnell walked over to the scorer's table. The announcement had not been made that the foul was called on Scott. Jordan feeling around for the defender, Scott, and he drew the foul. Well, he felt him.
Physical game down low. Bulls like to post Jordan and make that defensive guard play those mind games.
Here's Cartwright. The Chicago Bulls on a roll. 6 unanswered, and they have their biggest lead of the night. The Bulls 62 and the Lakers 51. 14 years ago to the day, it was Bill Walton and his Portland Trailblazers capturing their first and only championship by defeating the Philadelphia 76ers 4-2. In that series, Portland lost the first 2 games in Philadelphia, then won the next 4. Only 2 teams have ever come back from 0-2 deficits to win the NBA Finals. Portland did it in 77 and Boston in 1969, and those teams lost the first 2 games on the road. And the Chicago Bulls do not want to be in that category, trying to tie this series up at 1-1. Here is Worthy. So the Bulls now lead at 62-53, 7:25 remaining in the third quarter. The Bulls have hit their last 4 field goal attempts, 6 of 8 here in the third. Jordan with the step and the bucket. Again, Chicago by 11. The matchup remains Pippen going up against Magic Johnson, and Worthy catching fire now has 16. The Bulls 64. The Lakers 55. Jordan and Paxson in the backcourt. Cartwright with Pippen and Grant. Phil Jackson back to his starting lineup. Scott able to pick it off. Pippen tried to go the bounce pass route. Now Jordan guarding Worthy and then tries to help out. Now being matched with Magic. Shot clock at 8. Magic Johnson. And again complains he felt he was fouled.
That's at least 3-4 times that Magic's turned to the official in the last 6 or 7 minutes of play.
Michael Jordan gives the Bulls an 11-point advantage. Jordan with 16. He has hit his last 7 shots. Johnson posting. Spins Pippen and now called for the foul. That's the second assessed to Scottie Pippen.
As Magic has been making his moves to the basket, he's looking for contact, trying to get to the free throw line. There he feels that he was already up in the air before Grant came underneath. Turns to the official and says, "Can't believe this."
And that last foul on Pippen, a non-shooting affair. Here's Magic. Worthy. Yes. 18 for James Worthy. The Bulls 66 and the Lakers 57. 5.5 left in the third. Jordan off the double fake. Paxson. Yes. And John Paxson has hit 6 of 6 from the field.
Because Magic is so emotionally charged up right now, he was heading to the glass to try and secure that rebound. Left Paxson alone on the spot up.
Worthy felt he was tripped up. And the holding foul given by Johnson. And the Lakers incensed about the fact that they're not getting the calls.
And Mike Mathis said that there was a first foul taking place that time by Byron Scott rather than Magic taking the other one.
And they've changed the call. It is Scott collecting his third. Lakers with their third team foul. Bulls have 2. Chicago leading by 11. This represents their biggest lead of the night. Jordan over Scott. Yes. Michael Jordan on fire. 18 points. He's hit his last 8. Magic Johnson. Oh, he hit the deck hard, and this time drew the foul.
Magic was going to make sure that he went hard enough and strong enough that time not to leave any doubt in the official's mind. On the reverse dribble, he finds the seam down the lane, going to the basket. Jordan, trying to rotate over, was there and then knew it was late, so tried to move out of the way. The result, the contact, the foul.
And that number 4 on Michael Jordan. Let's see how Phil Jackson plays it here. Has a 13-point lead. Jordan has hit his last 8 shots. Magic to the foul line. He's 3 for 3 from the line. He has 7 points. He has shot only 2 for 10.
Yes, but only 8 points from the free throw line for the Lakers so far in this game compared to last game where they picked up 28.
Scott Williams, the rookie out of North Carolina, has come on for the first time. Cliff Levingston is back. So Levingston, Williams, and Pippen up front. Jordan and Paxson in the backcourt. Here's Jordan. Yes, and it counts.
We talk about the last 3 or 4 minutes of a game. The ball goes in Michael Jordan's hands. Well, so far this half, Phil Jackson has put it in his hands the entire third quarter. Scottie Pippen saying to Michael, keep it going. Got us on a roll.
Is that what he said?
Exactly, word for word.
Byron Scott called for the foul, his 4th. Michael Jordan completing the 3-point play. He's hit his last 9, and the Bulls have opened up a 14-point lead. Jordan playing with 4 personal fouls. Bulls go to the trap. Shot clock at 7. Perkins putting the move on Williams, and he was hit. Blocked by Scott Williams.
Because all the Chicago Bulls are anticipating that the offensive man is going to be turned back to the baseline. The next guy starts on the rotation early, and what happens is you pull up your dribble knowing that a Jordan or one of the other guys is going to come for the steal or double team. Changing the game plan defensively, force him to the baseline rather than the middle.
Sam Perkins to the line for the first time. Horace Grant will make his return. Scott Williams, another Tar Heel product from Dean Smith, signed as a free agent, the only rookie on the Bulls roster, has been receiving quality playing time during the playoffs from Phil Jackson. He is passed by Stacey King in the rotation. Scott sits down, and Jordan now will sit down. So Michael Jordan, in his last 9 field goal attempts, he has taken over the third quarter. But he has the 4 personal fouls. The Bulls now lead at 73-61. And the Bulls go with a backcourt of Paxson and Pippen. Livingston up front with Williams and Grant. 4 minutes remaining in the third. Pippen off the weave. Played well by Johnson. Paxson open. Yes! He has hit 7 of 7.
One of the problems when you start switching on defense, you forget who you're guarding. You can't leave a Paxson alone.
And suddenly the Chicago pressure providing problems for the Lakers. And here they come off the steal. They have the numbers. Divac remaining in the backcourt. Williams hits. The Bulls lead by 16 points. Divac hit on the reach-in, and Divac and Williams have some words.
The style of play by the Lakers where they pick you apart, slice you apart, run the clock down. Now we get a look at them playing from behind with a significant deficit. 16 points right now. See if they change and up the tempo a little bit.
Well, they called it a jump ball with Paxson able to tie it up. Here's Pippen. The Bulls have exploded here in the third. And the Lakers calling for time. A 23-10 run over the last 6 minutes. The Bulls have hit their last 6 field goal attempts, and they lead it by 18. We'll be right back. I think the decibel level has hit new heights here this evening. Let's check it out.
That's right around a rock concert jet plane takeoff.
Yes. 190th consecutive sellout here in Chicago. And you can see that Paxson and Jordan, off the magnificent shooting during the regular season, have been equally magnificent here this evening. Magic Johnson with 10 points. John Paxson has hit 7 of 7 from the field. Michael Jordan 10 out of 12. And Jordan hit 9 in a row and then sat down. He's playing with 4 fouls, a palming violation called. It's a 79-63 lead. The Bulls, with a burst here in the third, we're down to 2.5 remaining in the third quarter. Here's Magic. It's an offensive foul. Scott Williams able to take the hit.
The outside official, Jess Kersey, had the foul on Williams sliding underneath Magic. The baseline official, Jake Aldana, waved it off. He said, nope, I had a better look. Offensive foul.
Livingston.
2 minutes to play.
And we're just under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Game 2 of the NBA Championship Series, the 44th NBA Final. Lakers looking to make it 2-0 on the Bulls, and the Bulls attempting to tie the series at 1. Livingston called for the push. And that is team foul number 5 committed by the Bulls. Livingston with his third. We mentioned at the start of the game that game 1 was certainly LA Laker basketball. As you check our working the shot clock chart, the Lakers usually, although now they're forced to play the Bulls pace, the Lakers usually go right down to the final seconds of the shot clock to attempt the field goal.
I think we can see they feel much more comfortable shooting the ball with 4 or less on it, going 5 for 10 as opposed to 1 for 7, where the Bulls might feel the noose getting a little tighter at that time.
However, in a situation that has developed here with the Chicago Bulls now up by 14, Lakers have to get the shots up a little bit more frequently than the other day. Paxson again. Make it 8 for 8 for John Paxson. It's the Bulls 81 and the Lakers 65. Foul called on Paxson, reaching in on Teagle.
In putting a team together, you need the right pieces, the right parts, the perfect complement. Paxson, who becomes an unrestricted free agent at the end of this year, the perfect complement to Jordan, who receives double and triple teams. All he needs to do is slide to the open spot and then make the shot when Michael delivers the ball.
John Paxson was quiet during the series against the Detroit Pistons. Came out fast in that fourth and final game with 12 points in the opening quarter, and that was a very significant time for the Chicago Bulls, who were able to jump to the big lead. And John has come out strong here in game number 2, as the Bulls have received the balance. Not the case on Sunday. Michael Jordan leading the way with 21, Paxson 16, Grant has 18, Cartwright 12, Pippen has 10, and Jordan will go to the foul line.
Los Angeles personal foul 20.
Teagle called for his first.
Penalty.
New guy in the game, immediately post Michael Jordan up against Teagle, take him down low. Michael's so tough in the paint area close to the basket. He's either going to score or get fouled most times.
Michael is 1 for 1 from the free throw line. He has been bothered by tendonitis in his left knee for a good portion of the season. At times he's been hobbling. He did hobble his way to 46 points in a playoff game against the Philadelphia 76ers. The knee at times did affect the lift on the jump shot. As it turned out, as Pippen is able to get to it and decides to regroup. When Jordan scored the 46, that was the one loss in the series to the Sixers. Jordan again. He has 24. The Bulls 84. And the Lakers 67. Divac, who handles the ball well, able to control against Jordan.
Bulls defense scratching, clawing at the Lakers to try and force turnovers or use up that clock.
Foul on Pippen. That is his third.
Jordan with the ball at the top of the circle is so difficult to guard, particularly when you have shooters like Paxson spotting up on the wings. To play him head up one-on-one, a nightmare.
The Bulls lead it by 16. 12 points for Magic Johnson, along with 9 assists for the two-time MVP. Half minute to go in the third. Jordan finding Pippen. It's the Bulls 86 and the Lakers 69. Again, pressure by the Bulls. Michael Jordan has led the way for Chicago here in the third. 14 of his 24 in the third quarter. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. AC Green for 3. Vlade Divac. And time has run out in the third quarter. The Chicago Bulls with a 17-point lead. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your local station. A capacity crowd better than 17,000 at Chicago Stadium. All-time attendance record set this season here in Chicago. And as we head to the fourth quarter, the Bulls lead the Lakers 86-69. Pulling away in the third quarter. A terrific shooting third quarter for Chicago. 17 for 20 from the field. Led by Michael Jordan. Now Craig Hodges has checked in. Here's Grant. Rebounded by Green. AC Green up front with Sam Perkins, Vlade Divac. Here's Green. And the Bulls on the run, led by Pippen with the stutter step. Oh, good hands by Grant to jar it loose, and they'll jump it up. Michael Jordan with his 24 points, 11 for 13 from the field. He's hit his last 10. 9 for 11 for Grant. Paxson 8 for 8. Cartwright 6 out of 9. The Bulls overall shooting 67% for the game. Hodges sitting down. Livingston returns. And the Bulls continue to drape themselves all over Magic Johnson. Is there any way that Magic can free himself up?
Well, one difference in the system this year from the past years when Showtime was in high gear, they used to run out of bounds after makes by the opposition, try to get it into Magic and let him push it back quickly before the defense could get up on him. Another adjustment Mike Dunleavy may have to make for the next game is perhaps play Larry Drew with Magic or make Byron Scott the point guard and run the show for a while, take the pressure off of Magic.
As the foul is called on Scott Williams, let's go to the sideline. Here's Steve Jones.
All right, Marv, you guys are talking about things they could do in the future. What they're trying to do right now is go with their big lineup. James Worthy now has the assignment of trying to shut down a red-hot Michael Jordan. We'll see what happens in the next couple of minutes. Back to you, Marv.
All right, Steve. Worthy being guarded by Livingston. Sets up on the back dribble. And good play by Livingston. Breaking it up.
A combination that time of the defense bumping Magic Johnson out off the block and Livingston backing off Worthy, saying, go ahead, shoot it from this range. I don't think you're going to make a whole lot. As a result, tough to get the ball down low to Magic.
Magic getting it down low to Devon. Lonnie Devon with a good catch. He now has 16. Bulls lead 86-71. Michael Jordan. Yes. Make it 12 for 14. 26 points. He's hit his last 11. Worthy off the fake. Green. Worthy. Green. Look out. It will be Laker ball.
Sometimes when it's going bad, it goes real bad. This jump hook, short, pass, shot, short, collision.
What is this, Joe Piscopo?
You should have heard yourself a second ago.
2 minutes into the fourth quarter. And the Bulls lead at 88-71. Devon's getting possession. AC Green. And Scott Williams able to get to it. Michael Jordan putting on a show. Illegal defense call. And the stutter step dribble and the delay led to the call.
If Jordan had made his move to the basket that time, there would have been no call. The eyes would have been focused on Michael. Instead, by backing it out, it forced the call.
At the second illegal defense call, leading to this technical foul. Jordan 2 out of 3 from the line. Michael Jordan opened the game first quarter looking to distribute the ball, did get his teammates into it. He hit one of his first 3 from the field. He's now 12 for 14. He's hit his last 11. A timeout is taken. 9:40 to go in the fourth. The Bulls lead it 89-71. Back in Chicago, Bulls have an 18-point lead in an effort to tie the series at 1. Friday night, the dream matchup goes Hollywood NBA Finals, shifting to LA for Game 3 of the best of 7. Magic versus Michael, Lakers and Bulls. Game 3 of the NBA Finals Friday night. That'll be 9 o'clock Eastern Time right here on NBC. Game 4 in LA on Sunday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock on the West Coast. Please note that change in the starting time. 4 o'clock out in Los Angeles, 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
About now, the Lakers might pull out that 1-3-1 half-court trapping defense, try to take Michael out of it and force some turnovers, some hurried shots, try and get some easy scores themselves.
And here's Jordan going for 12. He's got it. 12 straight field goals from Michael Jordan. The Bulls lead by 20. AC Green. The Lakers only 1 for 10 from the floor. In the fourth, Pippen on the alley-oop. Yes! The Bulls by 22. It will be Chicago ball.
We said last game when Michael Jordan's tongue is out, something bad's going to happen to the opposition. Once again, the tongue out. There's the bad thing right there.
Here's Jordan giving it up. Pippen. Yes. Oh, they are unconscious. The Bulls blowing the Lakers out. 4 minutes gone by in the fourth. It's now 95-71. Green. AC continues to fire away. He's now 1 for 9. The look away to Livingston. Jordan. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan. That's 13 consecutive field goals. And a timeout has been called.
Looks like Michael Jordan's trying to find a way to miss his shot. Instead of taking the easy one, he tries to make it hard and still comes up. He's saying to the fans, I love it. The tongue is out. Something bad about to happen to the Lakers. It's Michael Jordan taking off for the deuce. It almost looked as if he remembered the slam dunk competition from a few years ago and starts out with the flying one-hander and says, no, I used that one already to win the slam dunk. Let me change up and entertain a little bit right now. Woo! He liked it himself. Phil Jackson, I kind of like having that guy on my team. Scott Williams, an observer, and he can't believe it.
Michael Jordan has hit his last 13 field goal attempts. We have Mr. Stats, Elliot Kalb, our crack statistician, checking the record books. During the course of regular season play, Wilt Chamberlain once went 15 for 15 in a game against the LA Lakers. That was back in January of '67. That was in one game, 15 for 15. Jordan has not been perfect as he missed 2 early. Worthy now has 22 in the Bulls with a 97-73 lead. In the playoffs, the highest field goal percentage for a game, Larry McNeil of Kansas City, Omaha, went 12 for 12 in a playoff game. Now Jordan is 14 for 16. Here he goes again, and this time not able to hit. So that streak ends at 13 in a row. Michael Jordan flying by our broadcast table. Bulls have hit 22 of 28 from the field in the second half. We have our crack staff checking out the consecutive field goal record, which is difficult to track down because Jordan did miss 2 shots early, and now overall 14 for 17, but at one point incredibly hit 13 in a row. Here is Worthy, and he was hit, hacked by Livingston.
Jordan hustling after the last ball, trying to save it and avoiding Big Dave.
And Worthy to the line. 6:46 to go in the fourth quarter. And the Bulls now lead it 97-74. Chicago with Grant, Livingston, and Williams up front. Pippen and Jordan are at the guard.
The half-court trap, the 1-3-1 by the Lakers, trying to force some quick shots, some misses, some fast break opportunities for Los Angeles.
Jordan, yes. Well, he had the audacity to miss one shot And he comes right back. He is 15 for 18 for 33 points. And he's hit 14 of his last 15. The tip by Magic Johnson. And I would think it will be Mike Dunleavy's decision very shortly as to when he pulls Magic. Lakers down now by 22, and you still have the feeling that, well, you know, you make a run, you can get back into it. So it's a little early. Magic fires down to Worthy. Loose ball foul against the Bulls.
Loose ball, Los Angeles, 45.
No, they say AC Green. So Green collects his second. Down to 5:46 remaining in this fourth quarter. Game 2 of the best of 7. The Chicago Bulls with a burst in the third quarter, sparked by Jordan. Here's Pippen. The Bulls now lead 101-77. Lakers spreading it out, looking for a shot, and still not able to locate one. Green, and he hits from downtown. AC was 1 for 9 prior to that shot.
I'm sure Chicago will live with that. Their defense was very, very good in game 1. It's been even better in game 2. Tenacious, aggressive the entire evening.
Horace Grant has had a splendid game. He's 10 for 13, 20 points. Livingston off the steal. Cliff landing in the first row to our left.
Standing ovation for the young man who took the charge here to your left.
And Scottie Pippen extends to a 25-point goal. Mike Dunleavy taking the timeout. It has been a spectacular evening here at Chicago Stadium from Michael Jordan. 33 points, 15 for 18 from the field. When you talk spectacular concerning Michael Jordan in the playoffs, you can flash back to 1986 when Jordan scored 63 at the Boston Garden against the Celtics. However, Boston able to win it in double overtime over Chicago, 135-131, as they won game 2 of their 3-game sweep, despite the 63 by this man, who at one point tonight hit 13 consecutive field goals. And he is our Miller Genuine Draft Player of the Game once again. On behalf of Michael Jordan, NBC and Miller Genuine Draft will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund, along with the 33 points, 13 assists for Jordan. And Mike Dunleavy admitting to extensive garbage time as he has pulled Magic Johnson. Larry Drew has checked in, along with the rookie from Clemson, Eldon Campbell. Michael Thompson has come on. Hodges called for the foul, and Michael Jordan, who played a good portion of the game with 3 and then 4 fouls, departs with 33 points, 20 apiece for Grant and Pippen. Paxson off 8 for 8 shooting, 16 points.
If you look back at the game plan that Phil Jackson and his staff put together for game number 2, take Michael off of Magic more time, play Scottie Pippen on, worked out. Aggressive, able to bump, size, strength, much better versus Magic. Better distribution of points, shots. Jordan getting the ball to his teammates and then hold the Lakers to 42% shooting.
Just under 4 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. B.J. Armstrong and Craig Hodges now in the backcourt. Up front, Scottie Pippen, Will Perdue, and Scott Williams. Shot clock at 5. Here's Campbell. Purdue rebound. So when the series shifts back to the Forum in Los Angeles for Game 3 on Friday night, they will be tied at 1-1. We'll be on hand starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Time on Friday. Shot clock at 3. Purdue. Not what he had in mind.
Even with a 23-point lead and 3 minutes remaining, Phil Jackson making sure by keeping Scottie Pippen on the floor, the glue to the other 4 players out there.
3-point attempt. And the foul, loose ball, called on Pippen as he hit Eldon Campbell. Eldon Campbell out of Clemson, grew up down the street from the Forum in Inglewood. Magic Johnson never did get going. 14 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds. And was upset with the officiating early in the game. Crowd reacts to Scottie Pippen, who did a tremendous job in defending against Magic. Took over early after Michael Jordan opened up in the matchup with Magic Johnson. It is an offensive foul on Thompson. Stacey King with a rare playoff appearance, rejected by Eldon Campbell. Hodges. And Williams able to get to it. Purdue's pass was deflected out by Teagle, and the Bulls maintain possession with 7 on the 24.
You come out of the first 2 games, both teams accomplishing something here. The Lakers stealing 1 game on the road, the Bulls bouncing back, getting through that nervous time in Game 1, and then bouncing back for a big win in Game 2.
The hand for the rookie Scott Williams as he was taken out. Once again, Scott Williams coming out and doing a nice job. Here's Drew. And Purdue rebound. Armstrong's pass broken up, intended for Dennis Hobson, who replaced Scott Williams. Dennis Hobson in his 4th year out of Ohio State. He was the big guard the Bulls said they were looking for, but has been on the disappointing side. He's had a series of injuries, but has not been used during quality time. We're just under 2 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter.
Tough to pick up a guard that you think is a shooting, scoring guard, and he winds up going around 43% for the entire season.
Here's Drew. The Lakers only 5 for 20 from the field here in the 4th quarter. The Bulls lead it 105 to 84. They broke it open with a 38-26 advantage in the 3rd quarter, led by Jordan, who scored 14 in the 3rd. Hodges from downtown, and Green on the rebound. Now Stacey King able to get it to B.J. Armstrong. Just under 1 minute remaining in the 4th. What kind of adjustments do you see for Game 3 by, well, in particular by the Los Angeles Lakers?
2 things that jump out. One, the fact that some of the pressure has to be taken off Magic as Stacey King goes to the basket, commits an offensive foul. Some of the pressure has to be taken off of Magic handling the basketball. Sure, you can get it back in his hands in the half-court area, but bringing it down the floor against the double teams, perhaps the introduction to Larry Drew as the point guard, pushing it down and then initiating to Magic, then let Magic run the show from there. The other thing, they've got to get the ball back to the weak side of the floor and attack Chicago's defense from there.
And it won't count. Offensive interference. Well, the highest field goal percentage in a game, 62%, and 87 by the Lakers against the Celtics in an NBA championship series. It counts. Greg Hodges with his first bucket. And the Bulls, as you saw, shooting 62%. Final seconds of the game. Larry Drew with a second field goal. Bulls lead 107-86. And that will wrap it as Stacey King unleashes. The Chicago Bulls have tied the series at 1-1. They have defeated the Los Angeles Lakers by the score of 107-86. A hot shooting game for the Bulls, led by Jordan, who had 33 on 15 of 18 from the field. The high man for the Lakers, Worthy had 24. Divac with 16. Again, the final, Bulls 107, Lakers 86. Back in Chicago, Bulls 107, Lakers 86. The series now tied at 1. Michael Jordan, 15 of 18 for his 33 points, and he is alongside Ahmad.
All right, Michael, not only a tremendous effort on your part, but a great team effort tonight.
Well, I always thought that my teammates were very nervous in the first game, and I felt that they were going to come back and be relaxed. And you saw it tonight. They were very relaxed. They took their shots. They did all the necessary things to make us a more effective team.
One of the things that you said you wanted to show the Lakers was the fact that you guys could beat them. You did that this evening.
Yeah, I think it was very important for us to get this game going to L.A. for 3 games. We had to show them that, we can play a lot better than what we played in Game 1. Everybody really contributed, and we were able to win the game.
All right, congratulations to you. Good luck to you in Game 3.
Thanks.
All right, back to you, Ahmad.
And ailing Ahmad, playing hurt with a touch of laryngitis. At one point, Jordan hit 13 in a row, 14 of 15. We'll be back in a moment. Well, clearly, and it certainly worked with Michael Jordan looking for his teammates early. How about the Lakers? Can they change their philosophy for game number 3?
Sure, they can. They must. Other players must step up now, step forward. Even though so much comes through Magic Johnson, the other guys need to assert themselves more in the next game.
And that next game is Friday night in Los Angeles. The series is now tied at 1 with the Chicago Bulls defeating the Los Angeles Lakers by the score of 107-86. Later tonight, following your local news, it'll be Johnny welcoming Tony Bennett to The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. And then Harry Reasoner and actor Daniel Stern join Dave on Late Night with David Letterman. And it's a mini-series when producer David Wolper joins Bob once again on Later with Bob Costas. The Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad, Steve Jones, Bob Costas, Pat Riley, I'm Marv Albert. The LA Lakers and the Chicago Bulls are tied at 1-1 as they head back to Los Angeles. This has been a presentation of the NBA on NBC.